Hello, welcome to another edition of the Pace Report, reporting live here at BB King's here in New York City. Singer-songwriter Rahsaan Patterson's latest Mack Avenue's record release, Bleuphoria, is a reflection of a relationship where he decided to pour his heart, his mind, body, and soul to pen, pad, to music. He's been here in New York for the entire week promoting the brand new record, as well as doing some performances. We sat down earlier this week and we talked about, one, the new CD, two, we talked about his career, him growing up here in New York City, as well as him becoming one of the most prolific young songwriters on the scene.
Are the stars out tonight? Baby, I don't know if it's close or right, 'cause I only have eyes for you. Only have but I can't see a thing in the sky, 'cause I only have eyes for you.
Bleuphoria. How did this concept come about?
How did it come about? The title came to me first, probably in 2006, and the title came. I had been working on my iMovie after I had taken a trip to Paris, and I was putting the footage together, and I wanted a title, you know, a production company title to put in the movie, and Bleuphoria came. And then it just stuck with me. And from there, I had to figure out what about the word, how it defined me, and the significance of it, and how and why it ever came to me to begin with. So in doing that, I made this record, and I believe that when one listens to the mood and the sonic scape and scope of the musical landscape, they get a sense of what it is.
And this is also a very personal record also.
Yes, they all are. They all are extremely personal. This is another one in the line of my previous works, and this one represents this phase of my life and where I've evolved to, and this documents this period. So the next one will do the same, and it will be different from today.
You know, this album, you have a lot of cameos on this record. Now, I hate to say cameos because you don't like having guest artists on your album, but you have Shanice Wilson, you have Tata, Vega, you've got, oh my goodness, Lalah Hathaway, yeah, Faith, Andre Cry. How did you get these people to contribute on this project?
The grace of the universe, pretty much. You know, it just so happened that, you know, I've known most of them over the years and have established friendships with them. Tata, Vega, my father used to play her records when I was a kid when we lived here in New York, and I just remember always being really moved by her ability and the places she would go with her voice. And so to later discover she was the voice of Sugar Avery in The Color Purple. She's just a phenomenal and gifted singer. So Keith Crouch, his uncle, is Andre, and we were in the studio one day working on Mountaintop, and I said to him, I think your uncle will like this song. And he said, yeah, I think so too. And then we went back to whatever we were doing with the song. And then like 5 minutes later, we both looked at each other like, wow, like this may be the song that we need to ask him if he'll be a part of. So sure enough, we did. We asked him and went to play him the song, and he liked it, and he arranged the vocals that the chorus sings. And Tata Vega happened to be one of the singers, which I knew that she sang with him, and I was just hoping that that day she would be able to come through, and she did. And she was able to sing ad-libs on it. Our intention was to ask him what we needed to do financially to make that happen, but before we could even make that happen, he was already asking her to come to the microphone and sing. So, yeah.
You know, Andre being a pioneer in gospel music,
Godfather.
they got one of the Godfathers, right? What was it like? What was his input like? And what was some of the things that he imparted in that session? Because, you know, Keith is part of that legacy also.
Oh, absolutely. He told me that essentially, like, you know, you have a purpose and a calling, and he was clear on that when he heard the song and he met me, and, you know, we were immersed in that creative mode. You know, it was very simple. He just looked at me and said, you know what you have to do. And I said, yeah. You know, and that was it. But, you know, he liked the song and loved the song, which I was honored, you know what I mean, that he did.
Tell me about the kid, because, you know, I go back Kids Incorporated. Unfortunately, I'm only 2 years older than you, so.
Okay. So you're 28? 32?
No, we ain't going over that yet. I think you have really kind of metamorphosized and kind of, you've taken your career in different kind of peaks and valleys, like we said earlier, but the beginnings was Kids Incorporated.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely. I had no idea that I would have enjoyed it as much as I did until I started doing it. And I had no plan on doing it. It just was something that happened overnight, really. But I'm eternally grateful for that experience, because, you know, it has shaped me as a human being. It's shaped me as an artist. It taught me a lot about the expectations of people, the expectations within the industry, like, you know, as a child, taking direction from directors and having to learn lines and say them this way and do that way, like, you know, a lot is expected of you, you know, and as a child it can be a lot. But then also as a child, you just do it because you just follow direction. You know what I'm saying? If they say this is what you do, you say, okay. So I did that for a while, and I did that so much. And as a child, it was so concentrated that at this day and time, to be in a position where I don't have to do that, it ain't happening today. You know what I mean? In this realm of me being able to control my art and my creativity and what I do, and me be the director of my show and the president of Rahsaan Patterson, it's not going down like it used to.
You also had a dynamic mentors at the time. I mean, you had the wonderful Kim and Chip Fields in your corner, and that's something too that you can't take for granted.
Not at all. I mean, I grew up watching Tootie on The Facts of Life and watching Chip Fields on Good Times and all the other shows she was on, What's Happening, and you know what I mean? So I was really fortunate and blessed to have been plucked, you know what I'm saying, and put into this existence, you know, and I don't take it for granted at all.
I've been missing you, baby. I've been missing your heavenly eyes. I was thinking that maybe you wanna come and play a while. I've been wanting to Tata, I've been wanting to spend a little time. I've been dying to make love to you again like I did last night. So baby, won't you run my way, please stop by.
Evolution as far as producer, singer, and songwriter, which do you feel comfortable doing now? Because I mean, you have a track record as a songwriter, and you have a track record as a vocalist performer, and you have a track record as all of the above.
What do I feel most comfortable doing? I feel most comfortable making records. I feel most comfortable in the studio, cultivating ideas and visions and bringing all of the experience and information from spirit that I get and putting it somewhere.
What does soul music mean to you?
Soul music is heart. It's spirit communication. It's truth. You know, it's human expression. You know, honest, authentic human expression.
That'll do it again for another edition of the Pace Report, reporting live here at BB King's here in New York City. I'd like to personally thank Rahsaan Patterson for his time, as well as the staff and management here at BB King's. As always, please visit my website, www.thepacereport.com, for my weekly column as well as my past segments. Until next time, remember, if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Until next time, peace.
Baby, I don't know if this crowd's alright. Cause I only have eyes for you. Only have eyes for you. Yeah. she